time to get up. It's a nice day. That's what my son Huddy says. It is a nice day. Quite the contrast from yesterday. And today, I'm gonna jump into a massive portage. Day 14 here now. So we've been out here for a solid 2 weeks. Same thing as usual in the morning. We're gonna have breakfast, our coffee's here. Take down the tent. I swapped out my Catadine squeeze filter as well because the old one was getting too jammed. That's my water purification system. And there's actually a lot of pretty good size sticks around here and twigs and that. So Ted got a fire going. He's heating up the water on the fire, which will save some stove gas. And I used it to dry out my pants a little bit. The material is thicker and it's harder to get it dry, so dried out some clothes, got that going, and yeah, before too long you're gonna see me walking through the Arctic wilderness with a lot of weight on my shoulders. There looks like bear poop or a tundra grizzly. Looks old though, but not that old. Well, we're a good bit into this portage around Wilberforce Falls, and there's no trail, which isn't so bad because there's no trees, but the tundra is really spongy in places, which is exhausting to walk on, and through the bushes and stuff. We haven't gotten near to the brink of the falls yet, and it already looks super cool, this canyon. I saw some what looked like grizzly bear poop too back there. I just got dive bombed by a peregrine falcon. Clearly its nest is around here somewhere. We're taking breaks here along the Portage trail because to walk along the rim of the canyon, at least for this part of the Portage, is next to impossible. So my bag's way up there, but we just don't want to miss any of this stuff. I dropped my bag and we walked down here to take a closer look. Looking at it, it's just spellbinding. It just gives me like a deep inner peace. It's really cool. Take another break here along the Wilbur Force Falls Portage. This is easily one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The best route, I would say trail, but there's not a trail, so the best route of travel doesn't really go right up to the canyon, at least where the waterfall is. So Ted and I dropped our bags and walked down and hiked along the edge of the canyon for a bit and got right up near the waterfall there, felt the mist, saw the rainbows and just soaked it in, and just incredible, more amazing than I ever imagined. Yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing on, but one of the things that is very interesting is there's a steep coulee I guess, or just a runoff ditch that's very, very steep, full of bushes, that looks like you could clamber down it, at least with a canoe, if you let it slide down in front of you, and potentially run the rapids in the canyon down from the falls. And they look somewhat manageable. We'd have to scout them out a bit, but potentially tomorrow we might do that and run through the canyon, which means we take all our stuff to the end, all our gear to the end, portage our canoes back to that little access point in the canyon, walk back tomorrow, run the rapid, empty, collect our gear at camp, and continue downriver. But I don't want to do anything crazy, but I think that might be part of the plan for tomorrow. So anyways, I'm gonna throw these bags on and keep going. Tough portage. Actually, no, I'm gonna take a little peek over the edge and check out the canyon, then I'll get going. Look what Ted found. A lucky rabbit's foot that looks like it was taken out in the winter too. Oh, wait a minute, is it a ptarmigan?
Maybe it's a ptarmigan, yeah.
Lucky ptarmigan's foot. Yeah, so we're just scouting this out here. We'd portage around the falls, carry our gear to the end. We're gonna camp midway through. We're just walking back for another load and just get down this tight little runoff coulee and just lower our boats with ropes and put it in the canyon down there and bomb the rest of it. So that's what's going to be on the docket for tomorrow, and it's going to be epic, running whitewater with these towering cliffs on both sides, but also dangerous. It'll save us probably a solid 3 kilometers of portaging the canoe though, so it's not without benefits, and the fun and the scenery, the beauty of it all will be well worth it. Blueberries. Okay, just walking back for a second load, and I can see my canoe right there. Fossil right here. And I remember the day when you left for Santa Monica. And I remember the time you told me it's over. With all your excuses for everything. I needed more than this. I wanted more than this, but it just can't stop. It just won't go away. This is another channel of the falls that isn't running because there's low water, but essentially Ted and I would be on an island and there'd be another 2 drops on this side of the island. Unbelievable. I've seen pictures of Wilberforce Falls, and oftentimes this channel isn't running because it probably only runs on high water years or earlier in the season, but it would be super cool to see it. However, it's super cool like this, and cool that we can access this island by crossing the dry channel bed when the water's low like it is now. And look what Ted discovered here. We found out why that falcon was dive bombing us earlier, and we found its nest with 4 healthy looking small falcons. They look pretty freaking big to be falcons, but it's got to be what they are. Well, good evening everyone. We are at camp right now, and Ted and I have been portaging all day and checking out and exploring this amazing canyon here at Wilberforce Falls. We brought all our gear except for the canoes to this beautiful campsite, which is still a solid 800 meters until the put-in. But there's a creek here that's flowing into the canyon, and it's a great little clean water source for us. Other than the fishing not being possible here, this is a really cool site. So we are just gonna stay perched on the rim here of Wilberforce Canyon and camp out tonight, and it's gonna be awesome. Tomorrow morning, the plan is we're gonna pack up. We're gonna take the remainder of our gear down to the end of the trail. There is no trail, but down to the put-in, and then we're gonna head back to get our canoes, and we're gonna take this narrow little, basically runoff drainage chute that comes down into the canyon, very steep and challenging. And we're gonna bring our canoes down there and run the base of the canyon below the falls. Ted actually has already carried his canoe to there. I have one more trip than Ted because I'm carrying the gun and ammo, and the tent and all the gas and what else? I don't know, the mess kit. So I seem to have more trips. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. I mean, I knew this canyon was going to be cool. Part of the reason I did it was from this canyon, but it's just not the same until you're there. It's so hard to really capture with the cameras. So yeah, really cool. And good day today. The weather was on our side, didn't get too hot, but tomorrow's supposed to be quite warm as well, which might make the portaging a little challenging. So I'm glad we got the bulk of it out of the way today. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy this campsite. We're gonna get some food going, and you know, I think I'm gonna do my dehydrated, we'll see, but I have this delicious chicken curry. Oh man, it's good. So I might whip up my chicken curry that I made, and yeah, basically have the last wee dram of scotch. I think this is a fitting place, other than maybe the Arctic Ocean when we get there, but this is a fitting place too to have a wee dram. Anyways, gonna get to it and enjoy this really cool campsite. Okay, well, on the menu for today is chicken curry with rice. Let that sit for like 15 minutes. Well, I have this wee dram of single malt scotch left. I saved my coffee grinds from this morning and I've let them sit for quite some time. What a beautiful place to eat my dinner. Like looking at the sunset, looking out over the end of the canyon. There's a rapid there, just broad expanses of wide open country, eskers, mountains in the background. Super cool. Perched right here on the edge of a massive cliff, really, that goes right down to the river. So one of the cooler places I've ever camped, I would say. I think my chicken curry with rice is just about ready to devour. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah, good meal tonight. Chicken curry with rice, and I'm gonna turn in for a good night's sleep. Tomorrow we got our work cut out for us. We got to portage the rest of this, portage the canoe back to a very interesting put-in, get it down in the canyon and bomb some rapids, and then hopefully make it a few clicks when we're through the canyon. But amazing day. It's time to make my coffee. It's time to drink it now. Hopefully it tastes good and my taste buds will say wow. Ted and I have decided that the rest of this video from this point forward will be a musical. How are you today?
I am feeling alright, but I kinda feel like puking with a headache, but other than that, pretty good.
Geez, maybe you should enjoy that coffee. Man, hopefully it's not sandy and rocky.
I'm gonna probably feel much better once I get something in of my tummy.
That's good. I'm just about to put creamer in my coffee. Creamer in my coffee. Here's the creamer. Here is the coffee. Let's put it in. Let's do it. Hey, my name is Jim. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, we're just walking back to, I gotta get my boat. We're walking back to the put-in and scouting the rapids at the base of the canyon a little on our way. Okay, well, I just finished the portage here, long portage actually, and it's not even halfway. So running the lower part of this canyon will save a lot of time and effort. But it looks like Ted's already headed down there because he already brought his canoe to this spot yesterday, and he's gone down this deep, steep slope down to the river, to the canyon bottom, and I'm about to do that too, but it looks pretty interesting. Go all the way down to there. Okay, here we go. Down the canyon. Ted's down there, and if I kick a rock, it could create a serious hazard for him below. Well, here we go. We're jumping into Wilberforce Canyon, whitewater run that we could only scout from hundreds of feet above. So we're a little nervous but excited, and it's already crazy beautiful down here. Well, here we go, baby. My boat feels a lot tippier because I have no gear in it, but it'll be more maneuverable and I'll be able to take in less water on the big waves. But yeah, it feels tricky for sure, but I'll get used to it pretty quick. Whoa, this is awesome! That crashed his drone.
If it crashed back behind, it's just gonna sink.
Right.
All of my footage here for days and days.
I just switched the card.
Why didn't I switch my card, dude? Not to mention it's so valuable, but I didn't switch my
Whatever,
card.
we have my footage, it'll be okay.
Days of shit, man.
Yeah. Nice. Wasn't as hard as it looked, eh? Yeah. It looked pretty hard though, eh?
Yeah.
Still technical.
You know why? Because this looked like a way stronger eddy than
Yeah. What did we say with this one? Down the right?
I think so. Some rocks in that last one, eh?
Yeah, on the right, on the left. It looks pretty straightforward. Wow, what a cool part of the canyon this is. Wow, the river's super deep here. Got another rapid coming up. Could be Arctic char in these waters. Pretty fun. That is the canyon. We just ran Wilberforce Canyon. Yeah! All right, well, we ran the canoes down the canyon and now we walked back to our campsite on the ridge to grab our gear. We were gonna do it the other way, but we decided to do the canoes first. And it took a long time. We forgot how far this was from Portage, and getting our canoes down into the canyon was not easy. Our canoes are down there, but this is a lot further than it looks here. Life is just an amazing thing. I love my life and I'm so thankful for it. I just want to fill it with as many awesome experiences as I can. And sometimes that might take a little bit more risk, but you know, we mitigate the risk as best we can and go for it. And it turned out to just be incredible. Like one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. So that's a good lesson for me to go for it sometimes. Tiny Laker. Okay, so we made camp at the base of Wilberforce Canyon. After I went back and did my 2 trips, and Ted and I grabbed the rest of our stuff after running the canyon, it was pretty late, so we decided just to camp here and found a pretty nice sandy spot on a gravel bar. And it's just about perfect out right now. The wind died off. Ted's cooking up some fish, and yeah, we're gonna eat and have a nice meal. So today for dinner, back to one of my personal favorites, which is Thanksgiving dinner dehydrated meal. One of the most delicious and easiest dehydrated meals to do, because all you really have to dehydrate is the turkey, and the rest of the stuff you buy dehydrated and mix it all together. So I added dehydrated turkey, which I buy canned, and then you buy instant mashed potatoes, and then you buy stovetop stuffing, and you mix the instant mashed potatoes and the stovetop stuffing together. I usually keep the dehydrated turkey in a separate bag, and then I also add craisins as well to it, and it looks just about like that. So that's the craisins, the stovetop stuffing, and the mashed potatoes. Ooh, okay. What kind of seasoning we got on there?
We got salmon seasoning in Old Bay.
A mixture.
A mixture of trout and Arctic grayling. This trout was going to die, so we kept it, a little small, but it'll be delicious. And then, of course, for some added flavor, a little bit of sand. You always want a little sand and everything.
Good, cleans out the bowels.
Let's just cut this one.
So we got Arctic grayling and some trout here, lake trout, a small lake trout that was too small to keep, but it died, so it got kept, and we need the food anyways. All right, let's taste the lake trout. Good. Good. Let's taste the grayling now. Cleanse my palate. Tough to say which is better. Thanksgiving dinner. That's a big feed right there.
I think, yeah, the Kinganuit Falls was just all around just magicalness, but just because of the fishing there was just like absolute, and how you could just camp right at the base of the falls and just be like right at the base. Overall for full package, but
those were special areas, but like none of that, let's be serious, none of those are comparing to this. Like, this is out of control.
Yeah, it is, but
it's just super epic, powerful sight to see.
But you're not catching these like fish and stuff like that here in the same way, so.
No, those were like super chill, but this is like the largest waterfall in the world north of the Arctic Circle. In the world.
It's not even the waterfall though, but as crazy as the falls, 2 falls are. It's just a canyon.
It's not. It's just the largest waterfall, but it doesn't even count how cool the canyon, right? Like, there's a lot more of the world that's above the Arctic Circle, and nothing anywhere in the world above the Arctic Circle is this big.